Fine. So we all are here to do the Swadhyay for Ishtopdesh Granth, written by Acharya Pujpad Swami. Yasya swayam swabhavapti rabhave kritsna karmanaha tasmai sanjnana rupaya namostu paramatmane namo arihantanam नमो सिद्धाणं नमो आयिर्याणं नमो उवज्जायाणं नमो लोये सवसाहुणम पंच परमेष्ठी भगवान की जय. So, Ishtopadesh Granth is all about how we should be living life, what should be our thought process, how much we should be focused on our goals and how to achieve those. All these lessons for the good life we get from Ishtopadesh Swadhyay. In the beginning itself, it says that, anything we need, it comes from the own effort. Perfection isn't granted from outside, it's earned, right? And whatever is earned, that means you have to put efforts. So put the effort to remove what clouds your true self. Then, when we moved on to the second one, it was mentioned that whenever there is a right time, right, you have to wait, and the right time, right material, your capabilities, then only right conditions can change your wish into a real true, right? So transformation need the right conditions and effort, not just wishing. You just keep wishing and do nothing, things will not happen. So even what looks impure can become pure given the right process. For example, the gold ore. It comes from the mine, it's dirty, it has a lot of impurities, but with the right process, in the mine, it is burnt at a certain temperature, and then only it's reduced the impurities, right? So that's how we get the pure gold. So same thing we can apply on every possible scenario in our life, that we cannot just keep wishing, we have to act, we have to have patience as well, we have to know the process, and we have to have the end goal as well, that what is our hypothesis, what are we looking for, right? So we do experiment, right? We do trial and error, and then we come to the right conclusion. So we have to do a lot of things to come to the goal, end goal. Then when we are moving on to our goal, we have to have discipline. Only with the discipline we can reach to the goal, right? And discipline is that we are avoiding what can create a distraction for us in our goal. That's all we have to do. Anything which is distracting you, you just avoid that, right? For example, when you are studying, when finals is coming, what do? You put your phone on silence, or you are like not looking at the different apps, right? So you are disciplined. You know, if I'll not be disciplined enough, I might not be able to get good grades in the finals, right? Same thing with your job situations. When the deadline comes, you know that, okay, now at this point I cannot be distracted, I have to follow a discipline, and then you force yourself to avoid the distraction. Avoiding distraction is called discipline. All right. Then another life lesson we have learned is that don't doubt that genuine inner practice can also meet lesser worldly needs. The same strength that reaches the summit easily covers the foothills. Right? So don't doubt yourself. if you are doing really genuine inner practice, right, then easily you can receive the worldly needs, right? So focus on inner practice, your worldly needs will be met eventually by itself. You don't need to put extra effort for that. So that is something we have learned. Then even heavens has limit. That is something we have learned, that even though we says, oh, heaven is so good, doesn't it doesn't even matter in the spiritual goal, right? Because even the heaven pleasures has the limit. They are bound by time. So it cannot be the final goal. When there is a limit, we have to reach the unlimited, where we say sky is the limit. Why we say the sky is the limit? Because you can keep growing, there is no end to it. So sky is the limit is something similar when we says even heaven has limits. That means sky is the limit. That is the bigger goal for us. In our case, we are looking for some extraordinary or ultimate bliss, right? That is our goal. So, in the verse number 8, what we read is whatever we thought is a happiness or pleasure, it was really like just a feeling of it. It was not the true pleasure or true happiness. Okay? What we call happiness is often just relief from the discomfort, not lasting joy. So don't mistake it. All right, Ashna, thank you for joining. All right. And then we moved on that now we are trying to learn what's happening with us, right? All these shlok or verse were about your goal setting, right? Then now the question arises, what's holding you back? Okay. So that's the answer Acharya is giving, that delusions, right? Our delusions, our intoxication is stopping us back. We are not understanding ourselves. What if we are focusing on the wrong thing? Because in the future shlok, it is explained that wherever you will focus, you will reach. So, for example, if you are focusing on the comfort of your body, you will get those. But is that the goal we have? The answer from Acharya's side would be no, that is not the goal. When we say sky is the limit, what is the sky here? Sky is here is to destroy all the karmas, to become siddha, to achieve your own eternal happiness. That is the goal we are longing for. We are trying our like births over births. We are just keep wishing for that, right? So the more we understand what's the reason, what is holding us back, so more we can put our efforts in the right direction. So we are just trying to understand right now. So verse 7 is telling us our attachments, infatuations is basically, it's like a intoxication. It is not letting us see the things clearly. Okay. Then because of that intoxication, now Acharya is saying, in reality, none of it is truly yours. What is none of it is truly ours? Either it's the house, body, money, even your family members, your friends, even your enemies. Nothing is yours. Everything is because of the body you have got. All this relation, all this comfort, think about it. If you are not a human being, you were like some animal, right? Would you do anything with the money? So you need money because you are living in a society where money is given so much importance, and uh, money is helping in fulfilling your needs. That is why you only need money. So do you understand? You need money, or you call yourself, this is my money, only because you are in a human body. Same with all the relationship we see, it's with the body. Body is no longer there. No one will even want to talk to you. Imagine some person die and he became the Dev, but there are, I told you, four types of Dev. One is Vyantar Dev. Vyantar Dev means who are very curious all the time. So when they are curious, they can even come in front of you, start bothering you, make different tricks on you, you know. And when this is happening, you are the people in the family were very scared. Even that person is saying, "Oh, I am your own relative," and they says, "No, we don't want any relation anymore," because they were so scared of that Vyantar Dev now, right? They don't like the way now that Vyantar Dev is behaving, because when the Dev was in human form, um, they liked that person very much because he was behaving like them. But now is a Vyantar Dev is behaving differently. So they don't even want to spend time with the Vyantar Dev, who was few hours back or few days back was the part of the family. So tell me, was that relationship with the body or was that relationship with the soul? What do you think? Have you ever heard this before? That this can happen? Anyone wants to answer? Mm, Anchi?
I feel like I didn't understand the question
I was
properly.
just asking that, have you heard about this Vyantar Dev thing that people can, when they die, they can become Vyantar Dev and then they can come back to the family and, you know, do things out of curiosity. Then family is like scared of them and don't want to even have any relationship, you know? Have you
I have
heard?
not heard of that,
Never heard.
no.
Okay. Okay.
Like
Got
I've
it.
heard of like Dave coming back to the family, but like pretending that they didn't die. So then
Okay.
like the family doesn't know. I've heard that one. I haven't heard of like the family knowing and being scared.
Understand. Yeah. Yeah, there are stories when Dev comes back and they don't want to because they already moved on, you know. So you can see that people really is are not there to spend time with you. It's just they are related to the body. Once they moved on, they might not even care for you. Okay, so basically, so don't over identify with possessions and relationships. The self is distinct from everything you merely hold for a while. Why for a while? The time you are in this body, until then, you have these possessions, you have this relationship. Once this body is ended, nothing will matter at all. Okay, so that's something. This is something we have to learn today, gathered for a night. So let's move on to the shlok number 9. दिग्देशेभ्य खगायेत्य संवसन्ति नगे नगे स्वस्वकार्यवशाद्यान्ति deshe dikshu prage prage. What that means? That this digdeshebhya khaga means pakshi, birds, right? They come from the different directions, right? They come from the different directions, and on the tree, nage on the tree, there are different, like it's you must have noticed on the road There are several trees, right? And when it's a nighttime, all of a sudden we don't even realize, but different directions, birds comes and sit on those trees, right? And then what happens? In the morning, prage, in the morning, swa karya vashadyanti means for their own reasons. They deshe dikshu, different directions. They just go into different directions, right? So do pay attention to the birds. They come together, sit together on the tree in the night, but in the morning, no one cares. They just flew and do what they wanted to do. No one asked each other, oh, how did it go? Where did you go in the morning? Right? No one questioned them because they don't care. They just sat there, spend the night together, give the warmth to each other, whatever it is, and then they go away, flew away. Have you noticed that before? You saw birds in the night sitting on one tree? Or sometimes they sit on one wire also, electric wires on the road. You must have seen lots of birds sitting on it in a row. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else have seen?
Mm-hmm. I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
Good. So these are all the life lessons we are noticing the real world and bringing the message or lessons from there, right? So that is exactly what Acharya is now relating those birds with ourself. What happening is every evening birds fly in from every direction you can think of, right? Every direction, every corner of the sky, and settle together on the branches. One bird per leaf, one flock per tree. For one night, they share the same branch, the same shelter, the same silence. But the moment dawn breaks, every single bird takes off on its own direction, chasing its own task, its own hunger, its own journey. No goodbye, no looking back. The tree that felt like a home for one night is forgotten by sunrise. Isn't that interesting? But it's the eye opener, and for many, it can be a reason for not too much attached to either it's a family or friends or enemy or things. Right? Why? Because if you see here, you are not your body, right? You are just a sorry about that. You are the soul, and soul is the traveler. Do you believe in this that you must have been somebody else before this body? You're coming from somewhere? Aditya, Anchi, Ashna, Sarah, what do you think? You're coming from somewhere? You believe in that?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously like we don't have like what do they call like avdigyan, so we don't really know
Correct.
like what happened in our past,
Right,
right? And
right.
so we don't know, all the different like bodies or states that we've traveled through.
Yeah,
And so it's like hard to like picture or visualize like
true.
what could have happened.
It is true. But it's just, you can just visualize, right?
Hmm.
Yes. When we see sometime in the movies, right? Like we see not the time travel, but we see some past life. Very recently, there was some series was coming, and they were showing that in the past life, this mother and daughter were there as well, you know? So
Hmm.
when we see these kind of movies, we know that yes, these must have happened with us as well. And when our scriptures are saying, then it's corroborate, right? It's like yes, it must have happened with us as well. So we are the travelers. We are just changing the bodies, but we are the travelers. Soul is the traveler, right? Just like changing the clothes, we are changing the body, right? That's the thing. And then there is another example we can see at the platform, train station. You must have seen, right? When train comes, people board the train and they just get off when their station comes. They don't even care who was boarded the train, who was there. They talk, they enjoy the time together for whatever time they were on the journey. And once they get off from the train, they don't care. Very rarely somebody might be exchanging the address or numbers. Otherwise, they just, say that, oh, it was nice talking to you, it was nice meeting you, and that's it. Same thing happens with us also. When we come, we are born, we are in this life, we are meeting all different people, right? It's like we are talking, we are just at the station. We are on a journey together. But when the station will come, everyone has a different station. What does that mean? Everyone has a Ayu karma, means karma for age. Everybody has their own age of karma of age. So when the time comes, they will get off, right? So that is the analogy Acharya has given. That he gave the analogy of birds. They come in the night, they sit together, sharing the same tree branch, right? And then in the morning they fly. We are sharing the same house, right? We are sharing so many things together, but our journey will continue after the time is over. So there is story comes, the Chakravarti or emperors, we can say, he has 96,000 queens. One king, 96,000 queens. And he is like supreme world emperor because 32,000 crowned king bow down in front of him. It's like a special type of what is it called, title, right? Chakravarti. And it's not that he's very ill feeling or ill behaved person, right? He's really nice and believe in the dharma, believe in the peace. So wherever kings are not good, not taking care of their projects, their people very well, then this emperor will, fight with those kings, and then those kings bow down to him. That's how he rules all the whole Bharat Kshetra. All right. I don't know if you know, sometime we will learn there are 7 Kshetra, right? 7 different areas in the Jambu Deep itself where we are living. One Kshetra is called Bharat Kshetra. All right. So every Kshetra, no matter what, right, where there is Karam Bhumi, where the Tirthankara happens, right, there are 12 Chakravarti in half cycle of the time. All right. So each Chakravarti, there are 12 in total, each Chakravarti has 96,000 queens. All right. So 32,000 come from the Malech Khand, 32,000 come from the Arya Khand, and 32,000 comes from the Vidyadhar type of better quality human beings. All right. So even though we don't believe in parallel world, like we do believe, sometimes scientists say, oh, there is a parallel earth, but if our shastra accept that, and they even says that these parallel worlds like even better human being. Better in the sense they have more superpowers, right? They can fly, they can transform themselves, they can change the how they look, and there's as many you can think of. They have those superpowers. That is called Vidyadhar. They are human being, but they carry the superpowers, or at least with the penance, they can get those superpowers. Every Vidyadhar has that capacity, and they do that. All right. So three types, right? We saw Malechkhand, Arekhand, and Vidyadhar. So 32,000 each. So Arekhand is where there are dharma. But Malechkhand is there is no dharma, no religion at all. People live like you know how hunters live in the jungle, forest? There is no as such real religion type of thing. Like people do not believe in ahimsa, non-violence. They just believe in forest rule type of thing. That is called Malechkhand. Okay. So these 32,000 queens come from Malechkhand because he won those kings, right? So those kings gave their daughters to the emperor, right? And once they came to the emperor's house, right? And because emperor is into religion, he's like he follows the Samaik meditation and, all these following the festivals and all. So they also change. So what the story trying to tell you is that with the changing the space or changing the area, you can change by changing your surroundings, you can change your inner powers as well. Because if these queens, if these girls, or if these princesses were in the Malechkhand, they would never ever do good with their soul because there was no religion, no festivals or anything, no believing in Jin Dharma, right? But once they came to Aryakhand, they are in the household where everything is followed. Now they are able to do good with their soul because now they are learning about the soul. They are doing Swadhyay, right? They're joining the prayer, they're doing the reflection, so many things. So the lesson is where you come from doesn't decide who you become. The environment, the company you choose to stay in has the power to lift you or pull you down. Now, it's use the word choose. So choice is yours, whether you want to be lifted up or you want to be pulled down. It's very, very important you observe what company I'm keeping. And it's a very important lesson for your whole life. Nobody will teach you. You have to see your environment, your company, whether you've been pulled up or you pulled down. If you see somebody is constantly pulling you down, then that means you should change your company, right? So this is something that religion is not something you are born with. If you have good karma, you might get that environment and then you can do good. At the same time, emperor's queen, it is just the story, okay? It is said that she refused to have kids, all right? And it is said that why she never had a motherhood, because she did not want her looks to be changed, like, different, put on weight or any reduction in her beauty, right? So kind of she was very much into pride of her beauty. So even though she was was from Aryakhand, but because of the pride in beauty, she could not do good of her future. it is mentioned that because of the so much pride in her beauty, she went to the Narak. Okay, so basically, the environment, the thought process, whether you are pulling someone down by your pride or you are pulling someone up, that is also matter. That can also decide your future. If you are bothering someone constantly, if you are letting down someone constantly, that means you are also collecting the bad karma for yourself. Okay, so that story about the platform, that is something we already just learned, right? That when the train, station comes, people go to their own um, journey, move on to their journey, right? Wherever they wanted to go. So no one looks back, no one asks to stay in touch. Everyone continues toward wherever they were always headed. So that is something. Okay, so what are the life lessons here for us? That friendships are precious, it's not permanent. So this is the reality. Do not fall for your friendship that much that you start feeling, oh, if the friend is not there, how I'm going to survive. Okay, so enjoy the people around you fully, but don't panic when group change. People can change, that's a reality, right? Because everyone has their own journey. You guys are very young right now, but soon you will see they will have their own family, their own decisions to move on. Then you will feel like that person changed. That might be a very hard time for you guys, right? So that is something you have to take it as a birds come, stay for some time, and then they move on, right? Then you are more than your body or your looks. Your grades, your appearance, your trends, everything fade. So what you do, you build your inner value, inner you, your values, your honesty, your character. That's exactly what is going to stay with you throughout your life. Your appearance can change, your company can change, right? Even your habits can change, but your values remain the same. So know your values, and that is going to make your personality, that is going to make who you are, right? Also, make sure that you don't have pride for no reason, right? Watch for the pride. Unnecessary proud on your looks, your talent, your popularity can quietly cost you more than it seems, right? So be careful. Never ever fall for pride that somebody else is getting hurt. Okay. Another harsh truth is you arrive alone, you leave alone. That is something we should know. I'm not saying take any action on it, but at least we should know, right? The real strength comes from within, not from needing others around all the time. That, you know how loneliness and alone is two different things. Loneliness is not good, but living alone, right? You don't need others. Then it's different. So when you are arriving alone, leaving alone, so why not spend life alone too? Why there is so much need of having someone with you all the time? So that is something, so that we don't attach to things. We can reduce our attachment. We can reduce our aversions as well. So every morning is a fresh direction. Just like the birds flew for the new life, new day again, we should also look forward to a new intention, right? Let me try something new today. Let me see what's this new day bringing for me. So that is how we can live the life with excitement. Always start fresh every single day. It feels like a new life, right? So that is all. No, not a call to sadness, a call to inner strength. If you are ultimately on your own journey, invest in knowing who you really are. Okay? So, like the birds who fly off at dawn without looking back, what are you truly chasing every single morning? That is something we need to think about. What is our goal? What are we looking for every single day? Is there something today new, something exciting? So, this is something to give more reflection. Anyone has any question about the shlok or maybe previous slides?
You in the lessons about this shlok, you talked about not having pride, but I wanted to ask, like, how do you stop the pride from coming? Like, how do you stop yourself from feeling pride over like small things? Because I feel like it's a very like unconscious thing. Like you don't even realize you're thinking something about that you feel proud that you're doing something or
Mm-hmm.
what you're wearing until later, until after you think like that
Mm-hmm.
way.
Beautiful.
But I don't know how do you stop yourself from having those thoughts to begin with?
Very nice. Very good question, actually. What happens is when your behavior start impacting others, they start bringing others down. You want to let others down. Think that's something you are getting pride about it. And that is not good. Neither good as you're not a healthy person, you know. Basically, the person who is full of pride cannot be a healthy person. They're toxic people. So you don't want to be that kind of person. You won't don't want anybody to feel low because you have some qualities but others does not, right? You want to help them or at least not to make them feeling low, right? So how you can address that is by constantly giving suggestion to yourself that it's okay. There are so many other people who are even better than me, so that I don't get ego in my behavior, right? When we are feeling low already with some quality, then we look down to the people who don't even have that much quality or achievements, right? So that we feel better that at least we have something, at least we have this much. But when we have something and we feel that I should not get the pride in it, I look upon the people who have achieved more than us. So, in that case, when you go to the temple and you see Jinendra Dev, he is the perfect personality, right? So, at least you can compare the Bhagwan with you, that whatever I have does not even matter, right? Knowledge wise, looks wise, even where he belonged, right? He was the son of a king, right? He had all the possible luxuries. You cannot even imagine. So, why to pride? Because there are people who are more better than us. Make sense, Anji?
Yeah, that makes sense. But so then, like, are we constantly supposed to be thinking, like, about that that there are people better than us? And
Uh-huh.
because I feel like that's kind of belittling towards yourself and what you are also achieving. Like,
I agree. I agree to that. But that is something you have to do that. For example, like knowledge, right? Even this Swadhyay, let's say you have read through multiple Shastra and now you started feeling, oh, I know Jainism very well. Okay. And now you started telling others, and some people, maybe their way of talking is like as if you have pride in it, and people are feeling low in front of you. So definitely you have to read the room, right? You need to read how people are taking it. So at least in your own self, in your own reflection, you should not be feeling pride. It's okay if people are thinking you have a pride, but you yourself should not be feeling pride in yourself, because again, this knowledge is nothing in front of the real knowledge, what Keval Gyan is, right? These few scriptures, knowing them is nothing. So, the same way we can apply this everywhere, but yes, we have to bring ourselves down. That is very, very important. We cannot keep us high above in the sky and talking to others from there. All right, Anji?
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Try it if, not try in the sense, try as if you have some pride, but I'm just saying when time comes and if you have to guide someone, you can guide that way.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right. I think time's up. Anybody has any question? Ashna, all good? Aditya?
Yeah, no, I don't have a lot of questions. I thought that was a nice conversation.
Good.
Yeah, no question on my end. I did want to ask though, could you like I don't know like the visual, I guess I don't have like a visual picture of like what like each khand or each like kshetra like consists of.
Oh,
Are
okay.
you able to just
Yeah,
quickly
yeah,
on like a
sure.
high level or give me
I
like a
will
high level
share.
overview?
We'll share, otherwise we'll do
Okay.
in the next class, okay?
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one. Good. You asked the right thing.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it would just help visualize
Yeah, that
everything,
will
that's
be
all.
helping, yes, for sure.
Okay.
Okay, and we can discuss the Kal Chakra also, the cycle of time.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
that sounds good. Thank you.
wonderful. Okay. All right, let's do 9 times the Mukar mantra.